NASA has recently outlined a renewed focus on Venus, sparked by intriguing signs of potential life that date back to the 1960s. A widely accepted and scientifically credible method of searching for extraterrestrial life is the detection of unusual gases, particularly those not easily explained by non-biological processes in a planet's atmosphere. These gases are not simply strange, they are specifically associated with the possible presence of life. During the 1960s, Venus was widely believed to be an extremely hostile environment, unwelcoming to life as we know it. Despite this, the Soviet Union chose to concentrate significant resources on exploring Venus, even as the United States and other spacefaring nations largely shifted their focus to Mars. The competition for dominance in space exploration was intense during this Cold War era. As Mars emerged as the more popular choice due to its seemingly more favorable conditions for life, the Soviets pressed ahead with their exploration of Venus, which they referred to in their missions as Venera. Astrophysicist Neil deGrasse Tyson has helped shed light on these Soviet efforts, especially after gaining access to declassified images and data from the era. These Soviet missions, operating under a veil of secrecy consistent with the USSR's general approach to information control, may have concealed significant findings, possibly even those related to advanced technologies or extraterrestrial phenomena. Before NASA assumed a leading role in planetary exploration, the Soviet Union had already launched an impressive number of missions to Venus between 1961 and 1983. While the United States focused its early efforts on lunar exploration, the Soviet Union launched a total of 28 spacecraft aimed at Venus. Of these, 13 successfully entered the Venusian atmosphere, and several even landed on the surface. The first of these missions was Venera 1, also known in the West as Sputnik 8, launched on February 12, 1961. This 1,400-pound spacecraft was an engineering marvel of its time, featuring advanced stabilization systems and scientific instruments like magnetometers and micrometeorite detectors. Unfortunately, its first launch failed to escape Earth's orbit. The subsequent launch of Venera 1 passed by Venus in May 1961 at a distance of approximately 100,000 kilometers, about 62,000 miles. But it failed to transmit any data back to Earth. Venera 2 launched on November 12, 1961, and while expectations were high, it ultimately suffered a similar fate. A radiator malfunction led to overheating and mission failure by March 1966. Learning from these setbacks, Soviet engineers focused on addressing the overheating issues in subsequent missions. Venera missions 3 through 6, launched in late 1966, provided valuable insights into Venus's harsh environment, though not all missions were successful. For instance, Venera 3 crash-landed, but it still offered critical data. Despite immense political pressure, financial constraints, and technical obstacles, the Soviet Space Agency remained resolute. Their determination began to bear fruit with Venera 4, which, although ultimately destroyed by the planet's dense atmosphere and heat, transmitted 90 minutes of invaluable data. These transmissions revealed the atmosphere was rich in carbon dioxide, and that Venus lacked a magnetic field, crucial information that began reshaping humanity's understanding of the planet. Following Venera 4, the Soviet Union launched Venera 5 and Venera 6, both of which showed marked improvements. These probes transmitted data for almost an hour as they descended into Venus's dense atmosphere, helping scientists better understand its chemical makeup. The results, however, were sobering. Venus was found to be inhospitable due to its scorching surface temperature, crushing atmospheric pressure, and unbreathable air. Despite these revelations, the Soviets did not abandon their interest in Venus. In fact, classified documents and photographs suggest a shift in their research focus. Instead of pursuing the unlikely goal of finding Earth-like life on Venus's surface, they began exploring the possibility of life forms adapted to Venus's extreme environment, possibly even astrobiological beings. Based on the available evidence, it seems the Soviets were ahead of their time in considering Venus's potential to harbor exotic forms of life. Until as recently as 2021, scientific understanding of Venus's potential to support life was quite limited. The success of Venera 7 and Venera 8 in landing on Venus's surface marked a pivotal achievement in planetary exploration and provided high-resolution imagery, fueling Soviet excitement and prompting a strategic pivot. Neil deGrasse Tyson, an outspoken advocate for the search for habitable worlds, praised these missions during a conversation with astrobiologist David Grinspoon. He speculated that if life once existed on Venus's surface and conditions became inhospitable, it might have adapted by migrating to higher altitudes in the atmosphere. Tyson proposed that life forms could potentially exist in the planet's cloud layers, possibly even forming floating colonies in the more temperate layers of the atmosphere where phosphine was later detected. While the notion of floating cities on Venus may sound fantastical, scientists remain focused on probing planetary atmospheres for biosignatures. The detection of phosphine gas on Venus, a molecule associated with biological processes, has reignited interest in the planet. Although Venus's surface conditions are deadly, understanding its atmospheric layers may offer critical clues about life beyond Earth. According to Tyson, the phosphine discovery marks a new chapter in Venus exploration. While colonizing Venus remains implausible, studying its history and investigating potential past or present extraterrestrial interactions remains a captivating objective. Declassified images from the Venera missions suggest the possibility of encounters with living organisms during Venera 13's mission. Dr. Leonid Xanfomality, the principal investigator and head of the Laboratory of Photometry and Thermal Radiometry at the Russian Academy of Sciences, has spoken about striking findings from the Venera 13 mission. By re-examining panoramic images taken by the spacecraft, scientists reportedly identified 3 objects with characteristics that suggest they could be living entities. These images remained classified for decades, possibly to prevent U.S. interference, given NASA's superior funding. Historical accounts confirm that Venera 13 successfully landed in the Phoebe Regio region of Venus and functioned for 127 minutes, an astonishing feat considering the planet's environment. During that time, it captured high-resolution images that have since been reanalyzed. Dr. Xanfomality described 3 noteworthy features: a disc-shaped object that seemed responsive to environmental changes, an elongated black shape that altered its form after 13 minutes, and a creature resembling a scorpion-like organism that appeared 19 minutes into the mission. This alleged extraterrestrial scorpion, documented in the now public images, has fueled speculation about alien life or unknown astrobiological forms. The resurfacing of these photographs has rekindled interest in Venus and inspired Roscosmos, Russia's space agency, to prioritize a new mission to Venus. Plans are reportedly in motion to launch a conclusive mission to revisit the planet by 2029, aiming to directly explore and verify these findings. In conclusion, while Venus once seemed a dead end in the search for extraterrestrial life, recent discoveries and rediscovered Soviet data suggest it still holds many secrets. The story of Venera and its legacy continues to shape humanity's understanding of the cosmos and the enduring quest to find life beyond Earth.